Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss out on a video of ours, and make sure you are following us on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. So it is Euro 2022 final preview time. The final is just over 48 hours away for us, and I tell you what, I am more than excited to watch this final. It's been a cracking tournament with some excellent games, and I'm not going to lie, this Germany-England game probably could be the best one that there has been at this tournament. Now England have came through the tournament so far, scored 14 goals in the group stages without conceding, and then have only conceded the once in the knockout rounds, which was the goal to Spain. However, on Tuesday night they looked formidable once they scored their first goal against Sweden, and obviously went on to win 4-0. And Sarina Wiegman has been excellent, I think, with her sticking to her game plan in terms of selecting the same 11 throughout the tournament, and the substitutions she's made have been all at crucial times, and they've been the right substitutions. Obviously it has provided with them not losing any games so far at this tournament. So I think it's going to be a very interesting one in that terms of, will she go through and pick the same 11, because if she does, I believe it will be the first time in either the female version of the Euros or the men's version that a starting 11 has been selected for all of their games. And as of time of recording, so 9:15 on Friday morning, there has been no team news to suggest otherwise. All 23 players have trained this week and will be available for selection, so it is leading me to believe that Sarina Wiegman will keep the same lineup, and I think the same changes will be made. And then on the Germany aspect, they're still waiting on news to whether Clara Buell will be back from her COVID, and whether she'll be able to travel to Wembley to make an appearance on Sunday. And we look at Germany now, again they've been one of the stronger teams of this tournament. Martina Voss-Tecklenburg has got them playing really well. Alexander Popp in her first Euros tournament, obviously missing the last two editions through injury, has been the best striker, out and out striker in this tournament, along with Alessia Russo, scoring goals for fun it seems at this tournament. And it's going to be a really interesting battle in that front, because you got Alex Popp, who's been one of the best forwards in the tournament, and Millie Bright, who's arguably been the best defender in this tournament, going head to head. And that's going to be such an interesting key battle as to see who comes out on top, and I think whoever does come out on top will end up being on the victor side. You then look at another battle, and it's the battle in midfield, Lena Oberdorf versus Kira Walsh. Now obviously they're not going to be going too direct against each other because they're both defensive midfielders, but what we've seen in England's two knockout games against Spain and against Sweden for the first half, or for a good portion of the game, is they try and mark out Kira Walsh in the game to stop England's attack going through her and make them move elsewhere in the attack. And it's going to be really interesting to see who does that for Germany, if at all. And then if you look at Lena Oberdorf, her way of closing down the counter-attacks from any side and then getting her team on the attack as well has been really good in transitional for them. And her performance the other night was against France was one of the best performances I've seen of her for a long time. And now obviously I'm not saying she's a average player, and that was her one standout game. She's a really good player for her age, and I think Wolfsburg have got a true gem there, as well as Germany, and that's their main thing, is they've got a good base of young players coming through in this team as well. You got the likes of Eula Brand, and there's so many others that are 23 and under. It's really interesting to see how they do. And I think if we look on this game as a whole, you then look for the England forwards against the defence of Germany. Katy Hendrik and the Germany defence have looked really strong, but coming up against this England team who look like they can score any time on their day, with Beth Mead, Fran Kirby playing well when she's got in on the attack, Alessia Russo when she's came on, it's going to be a few things that are going to be really interesting to see how they figure out and how they play. Will the extra 24 hours actually help England having the extra day's rest, or will Germany have that hunger to beat England on their home soil in front of their home fans? It's going to be a really interesting take to see, and obviously if England do win it, it'll be their first tournament win ever, and the first time that a senior national side, either men or women, have won a trophy since 1966. And obviously there's all that commotion of it being against Germany, but we won't look into that. It's going to be a cracking final, and for me, I just can't make a prediction on this one. It's going to be too tough to call, but one I'm heavily invested in watching, and I can't wait for it. Right, that is it for this one. Let me know your score prediction and who you think will win the tournament in the comment section below. And like I said at the start, make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss a video of ours with a post notification bell, so you get notified when we do upload. And make sure you are following us on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And we'll be back with our recap of the final on Monday, and then a look at our team for the tournament as well. So until next time, we'll see you soon.